People be like, yeah, no. Like you, I also listen to K-pop. But unlike you, when I listen, I'm shaking my head because I don't agree with the treatment of these artists. Okay, sure. I mean, it makes you a better person than me. There's no doubt about it. I'm listening to the beta bands. Fucking verses, 99 cadence, 48 resistance in the saddle. As soon as they hit the transition mid-song, you know I'm going 65 out of the saddle. Unbothered. I'm listening to the Sigma band. Did you just mog me? By the way, Kate told me that 50/50 is not canceled anymore. Not the Lifeline from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but the band. They got canceled last year for trying to wrest control of their song from a malevolent manager or something like that. But now they like cut half the group and they brought in some nice people and 50/50's back. We can listen to Cupid again. I've heard it from a good source, okay? So 50/50 for Millionaire is still canceled? I'm just going to say it, like 50/50 is the worst lifeline. There's like a game theory to it. Because whenever someone uses a 50/50, they're always like, I've got it down to 2 possible answers. And then the 50/50 cuts the 2 obviously wrong ones. And you're like, oh, I used it on nothing. Audience doesn't know shit. I like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was basically dead before I turned 18. But I always thought like I had a strategy for the lifelines. 50/50 is just a Hail Mary. You're just like, if you have to use it, like you got to, but don't expect anything good. What? Ask the Audience is goated if you have a blind spot in a domain that's popular. Like a lot of people watching this are probably very smart, but they might not know that much about like sports. So if the question was like, what Indianapolis Colts quarterback made waves by retiring when he was only 27 years old in 2017? You might be like, I don't know, fucking Eli Manning. That's a stupid answer for like 2 different reasons. That's one where you ask the audience, and it's going to be like 92% are going to say D, Andrew Luck. So that's, and you might not get a chance to use your Ask the Audience effectively. You got to be very careful using your Ask the Audience, you know, on like a $250,000 question about like the molar weight of fucking beryllium or something like that. But for pop culture, there's sports, music, movies, TV, you can do something there. And then phone a friend. I mean, they weren't joking when they said your network is your net worth, brother. That's all I'm going to say. Hope that you've got some smart friends, because you're going to be, that's the most powerful lifeline, but it also carries the highest risk. Because you could get a $10 million question right about something in a very niche domain if you got the right friend. But, you know, if you're calling up your engineer buddy and then asking him, like, you know, what Taylor Swift album beat out To Pimp a Butterfly for Album of the Year at the 2015 Grammys, he's probably going to say, I don't know, fucking F equals MA. You're going to look like a damn fool. It's 1989, exactly. That's why I'd be calling you. I'd be calling you for that one. You ever play 1 versus 100 on... Oh, motherfucker. You ever play 1 versus 100 on Xbox Live? I did. I swear it to you. I have no incentive to lie about this. One time, I was the one. And I think I lost with like 11 people remaining or something like that. Which means I was supposed to get a free copy of Mega Man 9 on the Xbox Live Arcade. But I already had it. And there was like no consolation prize. It was just like Mega Man 9 or fucking nothing. So I didn't earn a prize for it. But I still had a great time. My hands were sweatier than they've ever been. Also, one time, Malf was over. We were playing 1 versus 100. And I swear to God, only an honest streamer would tell you this. The question was, what's the star closest to the Earth? And I don't remember what I picked, but I can tell you that I did not pick the sun. And he said, what are you doing? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, you know the sun is the closest star to the Earth, right? And I was like, nah, dude, it's Alpha Centauri. That's why it's called fucking Alpha. And then he's like, no, because like the sun is like right there. And I was like, oh, you're right. You're right. My bad. I mean, I know we're like a week late for all the sun talk, but like, it is crazy to think about, like, if fucker is 8 minutes away if you're traveling at the speed of light. It's 8 light minutes away, and if you walk outside and it's sunny, you feel the heat coming off of it. That's fucking hot, bro. Has anyone ever done any research into this? The heat makes it 93 million miles away? That's insane. If it explodes, it would take 8 minutes until we found out. So you're saying we might be in that 8 minutes like right now? Probably not, though. It also has no interference for most of it. What about all the fucking like aluminum cans that the CIA sent up into outer space to make radio transmissions possible in the 60s? You know that one? Wasn't it like the Department of Defense was like, we need to get an international wireless communications network established? They were like, I got a good idea. We're going to shoot up a bunch of broken glass into low Earth orbit. It was iron needles. I bet it would hurt like a son of a bitch. That's all I'm saying. If you were fucking chilling in outer space and one of those ripped through your gut, you'd probably be like, what the fuck, man? Some dude with Scott Weiland's haircut from the Days of the Week music video was like, I got an idea that won't fuck over in future generations. Michael Douglas falling down, ass quaff. You would be like, youch. There's no doubt. You would be like, Tom. Which one's the mouse or which one's the cat? It's got to be Tom Cat, right? That makes sense. Yeah, Tom Cat. Like Tom getting his paw stuck in a mousetrap. Ouch! And then he pulls it out of the mousetrap and it's like he's got a thumb even though he's a fucking cat. And then the thumb is like throbbing and crimson at the end. And he goes, whoa! And Jerry goes, meh. Millennial card revoked. You know Tom and Jerry is from like fucking 1806 or something like that. It was from a political cartoon. Tom was President Calvin Coolidge, and Jerry was the leader of the dock workers union at the time, Bill Frizzerly. Can I say something that might be a little controversial? Obviously, there's worse jobs than this. You could be like the guy who dips his toe in the lava to see how hot it is after a volcano goes off. Newspaper cartoonist has to be a very strange job to have. So I imagine like you started drawing, like they all have a gimmick mostly. Right? They're like, it's Vikings or pirates or fucking, this guy's a teenager. There's a dog that flies an airplane or whatever. But like, you had like a gimmick that you came up with when you were like red wine drunk in 1991. And then for the next like 36 fucking years, 5 times a week you have to come up with like a new riff on the same fucking premise. That's crazy. Like, that motherfucker is still drawing Garfield. That's crazy, dude. Isn't that what you do? I guess in like a sense, but like, it's pretty close to my dream job because like I mean, if I could choose anything to do on a daily basis, at least for a few hours, saying whatever fucking stupid garbage pops into my head and then having like thousands of people go like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's the tippy top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like, that's a fulfilling experience I would recommend to anybody. I don't want to sit down in my easel and draw like zits, fucking cartoon 11,300. The dad still doesn't understand like how text messaging works. Dad, you don't have to type hang up at the end of your text message, right? Like, and even if you came up with gold like that, that's fucking Monday. I think you got 5 more days, because isn't like the Sunday funnies is like where you bring your heat? Like Monday to Friday are like your workshop and that shit, and then Sunday's like the comedy store. That's just for laughs, bro. How many Captain Underpants books can you write? I mean, I hear you because I'm in the children's bookstore and I'm like, Gary Paulson's still writing stories about 14-year-old boys getting lost in the woods, huh? We have GPSs now, bro. No disrespect. I read Hatchet when I was in the 5th grade. I was like, this is the best novel of all time. But like, I'm just not sure it's made for these times, bro. Gary Paulson died in 2020. My bad. I did see some Gary Paulson books at the store when I was there on the weekend, though. That caterpillar's still hungry? I know, man! Also, that caterpillar, that book needs to be canceled. It teaches a bad lesson about portion control. The motherfucker ate 1 strawberry, 4 plums, 2 oranges, fucking piece of salami, piece of cheese, candy apple, lollipop, a pickle. Like, dude, you literally weigh like 3 grams. Just chill. He was hungry. Then after he eats all that shit, a cupcake, a birthday cake, he eats all that shit, and then it's like, then he had a tummy ache. Yeah, no shit. I would too, bro. And how's a mouse gonna ride a damn motorcycle? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. That's the lesson, though. No, honestly, like I say, this is someone who's read it 100 times in the last 3 years. There's no lesson to the very hungry caterpillar. The lesson, if there is one, is that caterpillars turn into butterflies. It's a good lesson. It's not really a lesson. It's more like a fact, I suppose, but I was named after Stuart Little. You know what I was going to say? The first thing that popped into my head was, everybody say hello to Little Wiener. Which is fucked up because I don't even know if you're Australian, man. Oh, man. I mean Austrian. Okay. Here we go. Focus. You got to get it out of the danger zone. Okay, hold. We got to lock in, man. Still with the lung? Yeah, but it's almost done. Like, every morning I cough out like 35 milliliters of green mucus. And I'm like, that's the last one. Spoilers, it's not the last one, but we're getting there. When I breathe forcefully all the air out of my lungs no longer sound like one of those crinkly like aluminum balloons, which I think is positive. That seems like a good intermediate step on the way to health, at least. I hate that. Yeah, fucking, I don't know if it was my bronchioles or my alveolar sacs or whatever. I think they were not having a good time over the last month or something. Hold. You have pneumonia? I don't think so. I said 2 PBs on the Peloton in the past week. Could someone with pneumonia do that? Tragic news today. Streamer Northern Lion has died. Severe untreated pneumonia. I will say this is like one of the only times, I guess it's never like a great time to die. But if I died, I've complained about the Canadian medical system for so long in the last 2 years. It would start a fucking movement, brother. I might be a martyr in that case. Those clips would start to resurface, and then people would be like, the system left him to die. Isn't it sad that, we're supposed to live in one of the most powerful or richest countries on earth, but we let our strongest citizens die with no attention? And then I pop out of the coffin after they fix all the fucking problems, and I'm like, you're welcome. You didn't do anything. Didn't I, Lisa? Didn't I? Chill. Again? There are no good modern sitcoms. Yeah, you ever see Bluey? Guy who doesn't know young Sheldon exists? It's crazy. Yo, the new episode of Bluey's pretty dark, man. It tackles some mature themes. Yes, I've never seen an episode of Young Sheldon, but I have seen the tweet that said, can a fat guy have Riz? Or can a fat guy have aura? And then it's the dad knocking out his daughter's rude boyfriend. And he comes out like rubbing his fist, and he's like, you should call the police. There's a bum sleeping on our front step, or something like that. It's the friend's stepdad. What? I haven't seen the fucking show, okay? Youngsheldon.wikia.com fucking power user. I'm doing my best here. Hold. Yelnats, you gotta stop asking me every day if I experience deja vu. I get it. I embrace the fact it was an ambitious meme to post it 1 to 2 times a day. Like it's a high concept joke, okay? It's something ambitious for a Twitch chatter to undertake, but I don't know how to answer it. It is a good bit. Conceptually, it's a good bit. I'm saying this with no disrespect. It's like whenever someone's like, hey, I came up with a great pun for like a lasagna restaurant. Let me lay it lasagna. Yeah, we should totally start a lasagna restaurant. I'm like, if you ever started that shit, you'd be like, funny name, shit food, 1 out of 5, I don't know shit about making lasagna, man. Like the concept is intriguing. Hey, lasagna lover, thanks for the gifted subscriptions, by the way. Thank you. The concept is good. I just don't know if it could possibly, in execution, if it could ever match up to the promises of the conception. Hold. You know how I know Italians are built different? I was reading the Wikipedia article on pasta the other day. Why? I was at an Italian restaurant. Did you know Pasta became a staple food in Italy sometime in the 12th or 13th century. We were fucking noshing on sweet potatoes and gross Michel bananas and stuff like that. In Italy, they were like, goopy carbonara. In the Doge of Venice was eating like short rib pappardelle and shit like that. That's crazy, man. Apparently, though, I will say, prior to discovering the existence of the tomato in the New World, they were eating the pasta sauceless, which is kind of crazy. Like they were just boiling up like a cauldron of farfalle and then like, I guess, chowing down. But still, they were more right than wrong, I suppose. Not dry, they added some oil. Oh, no, Cacio e Pepe again, mama? Alio e olio again, mama? Least spoiled kid in 13th century Modena. No! Modena? No! My fence! My only -2 in the last week? Really? Even like not for the witch cooking the buffalo wings or anything? That one was good? I never thought I'd live to see the day where I read that and was offended by it. That one's classic now. You know what I've been loving this week? The echo of the SNL discourse, because SNL made their first funny skit in 4 years. No offense to the lobsters or whatever. It's just what I'm familiar with, okay? And then people get into these like arguments on Twitter. Is SNL better when the characters laugh? Or the actors like break character and laugh? Or is SNL better when they treat it with decorum? And I'm always like, brother, you're really going to spill 140 characters over the sketch where the joke is Ryan Gosling is dressed as Beavis, but he doesn't know who Beavis is? Go, go, go! Hold. It sucks either way. Yeah, but it's funnier when they laugh. Because it's not serious, bro. It's fucking Saturday Night Live. Ashley Simpson did that show. How serious could it be? It's an institution of American... No, brother, it's not an institution of American entertainment. Finger 11 is playing. It's not Broadway. Just relax, man. Hold. Didn't SNL get kind of serious? Yeah, but I feel like they've started like walking it back a little bit at least. They did do that sketch where Kate McKinnon dressed as Hillary Clinton sang Hallelujah. That one was not a good idea. They my opinion there, they got out over their skis. Kind of forgot what the show was about. But everybody went a little bit, I mean, we're still a little bit crazy, but definitely everybody went a little bit crazy 2016 to 2020. We got to issue like what is it called when you forgive someone for their crimes and as long as they have a chance to redeem themselves? Pardon? We got to pardon them a little bit for that. Okay, good. What? Look at the English on it, though. Pardon? You heard me. It is funny, though. Like, I was sucking on the cope. Because I was like 16 at the midway point of the George W. Bush administration, and I felt like stand-up comedy was in a golden age. All the comedians these days who have huge Netflix specials were not washed yet. They were still like young and hungry and making pretty good stuff and fucking lighting up George W. Bush in every single special. And then everyone was like, well, Trump stuff's not great, but it's going to be a comedy golden age. Every Netflix special since, you're not allowed to tell jokes anymore. Well, I'm putting the system on trial. Numi Rapace voice from the Prometheus teaser. We were so wrong. Hold. We're just holding. Just holding. We're holding. And then around the bend, oh, we're not going to make it, bro. That's bad. No, it's great. Bump it. Okay. Move it around a little bit. Move it around a little. That's how iShowSpeed did it. I don't know much about iShowSpeed. I saw that to celebrate getting 24 million subscribers on YouTube, he ran out of his room and then sprinted full speed and did a diving headbutt into his setup and ended his stream as a result of breaking all of his shit. And I was like, that's hilarious. I'm sorry, okay? I'm not saying that everything he's ever done is, agreeable, but that's fucking funny, dude. Everybody needs a friend like that in the friend group. Like every friend group needs like a Steve-O, man. It is like a jackass bit. Is it funny? You're fucking ass if Gigi Allen came back from the dead and was like, hey, tickets to the Splash Zone are $15, you would be like, he's a punk icon. iShowSpeed does a diving headbutt into his fucking comped PC. Everybody loses their minds. Hold, hold, hold. Racing 150 miles per hour in a city center is not pretty boss, though. Did I say that? Did I say, hey, you know what my favorite iShowSpeed clip is? The one where he drives insanely dangerously in the middle of the city. Did I say that's swagged up? No, I said it's fucking funny the way he dove into the fucking monitor. You did? I let the mask slip. I let the mask slip. Yeah, have you considered that he did a fucking front flip before he headbutted the monitor? He's fucking agile, dude. It's a great clip. He's 4 feet tall? I don't think that's true, but that makes it even more impressive. Isn't it harder to backflip when you're short? Because you're getting pulled down by gravity more? Hey, Acrylic Arrow, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you. What are you talking about? There's less gravity? The closer you get to the center of the Earth, the stronger gravity is. So shorter people have a harder time backflipping. It's science. They're like 12 to 6 inches closer to the core of the Earth than a tall person. The 0.000000001 G's are massive. Pardon me. We got the damn... It's a dog from Wacky Races. Got the damn Dudley laugh. Why are you always slightly sick? It's the same illness, bro. I got the fucking flu, and everyone was like, oh, poor baby has the flu. And I was like, this one's kicking my fucking ass. And then it's a post-viral cough has nestled its way into my bronchioles. I had the 3-month cough a bit ago. It's concerning to me that we're getting back into like goofy named illnesses, like it's the Wild West all over again. Like when I was a kid, people got like, you know, bacterial infections. Now it's like, oh, you got fucking popcorn lung and 3-month cough. The hell is that? We've regressed, man. Popcorn lung? Like that shit that's not from like El Paso, Texas, 1893? By the way, I've been making jokes about like popcorn lung. I looked it up. That shit is fucking bad. I kind of thought like you got it from vaping and then you stopped vaping and you didn't have popcorn lung anymore. That shit is like chronic. You can't get rid of it. It's there forever. I don't know why you joked about it. Well, because it's called popcorn lung, which kind of, to me, betrays the seriousness of the illness. I know it's from the Flavacol factory or whatever. I'm just saying. Popcorn chicken isn't funny either. It's kind of funny. It's kind of if you had to rate an average food, if you had to rate all foods on a scale from funny to not funny, popcorn would definitely be past the midpoint towards the funny side. It's unserious, at least. What's the least funny? Pairing a cream sauce pasta with a red wine. Ew. Disgusting. Gruel. Yeah, whatever the Finnish gruel was from yesterday. Borscht. I feel like borscht gets a bad rap. It's not just beets. Beets are a predominant ingredient, but like it's good, man. Borscht, any borscht I've ever had is pretty good. And I'm not even a beet guy. It's a cold soup? I don't think that's true, brother. I think you can have borscht warm or cold. It's been a while since I've had a borscht. I feel like I was always a hot borscht guy. You got it confused with a damn gazpacho. Do not glance. Okay, sorry, don't glance. Hold. Bro, he's holding. Okay, now hold the other way. That was crazy. Calm, cool, collected. Chilling. No, not on top of it. No, it's okay. We'll get over the little mini cactus. Official name. Thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. I believe. I told you, and you didn't believe me. Like, when you've been doing this shit for as long as Sisyphus, This ain't nothing to you, man. We got an issue over here. I'm not going to deny that. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. No! Bro put this shit on his shoulder. You're thinking of Icarus. That's a different guy. A lot of people didn't keep up on their required Greek reading. Atlas, the map guy? Atlas Mercator? He's canceled. Don't you read Tumblr? The Globe guy? The dude who shrugged? "100-word essay about when is NL going to get a compressor." I know, brother. When is Bob Pollard going to stop recording on the 4-track recorder in his basement? Hopefully never, because then he wouldn't be Bob Pollard anymore. You don't know shit about Dayton, Ohio. Okay, go, go, go. No! Cactus me? Just for you, brother, I might get an expander. I'm gonna put the loud in there. Can you get something that makes your gun louder? Can you put like a fucking horn on the end of your gun so it goes like pow? Simpsons did it? All right. That makes sense. I believe that. Conan the Goat for real. Hey, NL, I was in Victoria this weekend. Why do all women over the age of 50 have short hair? Well, I'm going to start by saying this is presumptuous on my part. A, I don't live in Victoria. And I'll tell you, you might say it's close. It is close, but it's like we're on the mainland and they're on the island. And any islander will tell you they do shit differently on the island. Something about being separated by a physical landmass allows stranger culture to propagate and take hold there. Whereas I feel like on the mainland, don't shoot me. You know, you interact with enough populations that you sort of, you all become sort of samey. On the island, it's more like, don't you just unify against the mainlanders, even though we have more in common than we have different? Like, I'm sure people in fucking North Saanich or whatever are always, oh, I hate the Vancouverites coming in. There's not enough Timbits in the Tim Hortons today because there's a big camping weekend. I bet they talk about that shit all the time. And then you're like, bro, you just moved here from Vancouver like 4 years ago. Talking about I hate the mainlanders. What are you saying? My in-laws live there, and they do. Well, you're my fact-checking cuz. Okay, hang on. Send it. Bad, bad, bad. Save me. Thank you. That's bad, too. That's horrible. Save me. Don't pop. Oh, not right now. That's all right. Cactuses save us. No sweat. Anyway, also, I'm not a woman over the age of 50, but I assume it's like, A, they think it looks nice, and B, it is like less work to maintain than long hair, I'm imagining. But let's be honest, I don't even have hair, so like, how would I know? I believe it's annoying. Beard's looking nice. It's just laziness, honestly, but I appreciate it. Grow a big beard? Nah. I tried to like a couple weeks ago, but then I accidentally shaved it. And then I was like, I gotta wait like 3 weeks for this fucker to start really getting back in again. It's too much work, man. I think what happens is like anytime I look at a picture of Oscar Isaac, I'm like, I should grow a beard. And then like when I grow a little bit of a beard and I look in the mirror, I'm like, I don't look like Oscar Isaac, man. What the fuck went wrong? Who do you look like? I look like me, which is fine. I'm not mad about it, but it's less work to have a beard than not have a beard. Not if you want a good one, no disrespect. If you just want some hair there, you can, sure, for a while it's no work, you just let it grow. Then eventually you gotta get out the combs and I don't know if you need oil, but you gotta at least do a little bit of maintenance. But like shaving with an electric razor or an electric trimmer takes like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 2 times a week. That's pretty low maintenance, brother. That's very low maintenance. Plus, I don't even do it all in one sitting because sometimes I can't find 15 minutes. So I just pick a day and I go to the bathroom about 15 times a day. Every time I go to the bathroom while I piss, I shave for 1 minute. And then by the end of the day, I'm completely shaved. And I didn't even notice the time disappearing. Just a little tip for those of you out there who are a little pinched for time right now. Yeah, you should be shave maxing. You piss 15 times a day? No, I'd say 10 pisses, 5 shits. Okay, just get an idea of where we're going here. Five shits is crazy. You should be shit maxing. I shouldn't have done this. Whatever, it's just going to push it forward. He's a genius. I don't want to wait for my life to be... Oh, that was a good one, man. How long is this game? I hope longer than this, because like I've been killing it, bro. It's true. I'm moving different. It's infinite? Nah, I don't think so. It's crazy. People would be like, oh, doing this, it's a torture. It's spiritually taxing. It's a punishment from the gods. What a cruel world we live in. Then they'll be like, oh, a new mini golf place just opened up. It's the same shit, bro. It's fun. Mini golf is pog? That's what I'm saying. I only got one problem with mini golf, and I'm like, why is this shit so expensive? I guess it's like it's supply and demand. There's not that much mini golf out there, and everybody likes it decently enough. I'm going for it. But I'm like, there's no staff here. You just made the course, and then you got like a bucket of clubs and a bucket of balls and a bucket of little pencils and stuff like that. I'm like, why is this shit $1 a hole, man? Building costs? It's mini golf, brother. It's not a fucking bridge. Let's relax. Real estate? It's always in like a fucking parking lot somewhere next to like 4 food trucks. I think they're taking advantage of us. Hold. Why don't you build one then? I guess what I would say is that despite being expensive, I have to imagine that it's actually kind of a shit business because you don't see them popping up everywhere. So I'm not really that interested in running a mini golf course. Do it. Perfect. Thanks for the assist. Mini golf son or foosball daughter? Mini golf son. First time I think I've ever taken the son in one of these. People who get really into foosball when they go to their first year of college, kind of annoying. I've never like been at a bar and had someone go like, hey, let's play mini golf, and then they get 18 holes in one in a row. I have been at the bar and some dude is like, let's play foosball, and I'm like, you're not great, are you? And he's like, oh, I played a little bit, and then he's flipping it up onto the things and balancing them and then passing it back and forth between his dudes in the same row. And then I spin it because you're supposed to spin it in foosball. That's half the fun. And then he goes, you're not allowed to spin. You're not allowed to spin? When you get good at foosball, you're not allowed to spin anymore? Hold. Hold. All right. Spinning is sick, man. Like 90% of the time you spin it, it just goes flying off into the corner. But that one time that you spin it and you hear the tunk when it gets past the goalie, oh, man. Brother, is that the finish line? I don't mind pushing it through the tar. We call that a resistance push. I'm not going to steer around the tar. It's risk-free, bro. You should be tar maxing. At all times. Ping pong or air hockey? I like them both. I don't want to. I reject the premise of the question. We can have both. I feel like they both got problems. Like air hockey, a table at like a good arcade where it's maintained is beautiful. You put your hand on that, your hand floats a little bit. It's like the closest you ever get to being a cloud. If your friend growing up is like, I got an air hockey table in my basement, you're like, cool. Then he plugs it in and it's one of those like 322 in one games where it's like, it's a shitty air hockey table, it's a shitty pool table, it's a shitty foosball table, it's shitty darts, it's shitty shuffleboard, like it's shitty pinball, it's everything. It's shitty everything. But then like ping pong, I always feel like they have them in a lot of public parks in Vancouver with like a ping pong table and the balls and the paddles. I feel like the paddles are always missing, or it's too windy and the ball just keeps getting blown around, so you can't even really play. I haven't had a good game of ping pong in a long time. That's why you play inside? Yeah, but like where do you play ping pong? I guess like at the community center? The break room of your email job, maybe, I guess? At bars? It's illegal in Vancouver, maybe in the entirety of British Columbia, it's illegal to put fun things in a place where there's also alcohol, because then people might be too enticed to drink. Right now, there's no incentive to drink beer, and they want to keep it that way. People are like, I'd love to have a beer, but unfortunately, this bar isn't allowed to have a foosball table or like video game consoles or a dartboard or something. I guess I'll just abstain. You know, that's how behavior works, I think, most of the time. It kind of blew my mind when I was in New York for Champions of Fire. We were in a bar that just stayed open. Like, there's no last call. We left at like 3:30 or 4 in the morning. They had two skee ball machines, and they had like lots of interactive stuff that you could do instead of just like sitting down at a table drinking beers. I was like, this is what the world could be like, man. But in Vancouver, they're like, we can't make the bars too fun or people might drink alcohol at them. Imagine the effects that could have on society. Guy who hasn't been downtown in a little bit, voice. Guy who hasn't been in downtown Vancouver since 1962, voice. So true. Imagine all the people living life in bars. Massachusetts is like that. They can only do appy hours. I didn't realize Boston and Vancouver they suck in the same ways, at least in that sense. They only made happy hours legal in Vancouver in like 2015 or something like that. Because it was like prior to that, it was like you can't put alcohol on sale because then people might like buy more of it. What's wrong with your city? I don't know, man. It's mostly good, but like it has some policies that I consider not suitable for me, but it's okay. You take the good with the bad. Pardon me. Yeah, they're afraid of having a good time. There's a bar near me where it's $7 all you can drink. I'm genuinely not like a Puritan moralizing fascist that like, wants to police everybody's behavior. That should be illegal though. Hang on, I gotta cough out some lung butter. That one, that's too much. That's like, remember that baseball game that had 10-cent beer night? And it ended with like fist fights and physical assaults and stuff in the stands? I will say, if I was at 10-cent beer night and the shit erupted into a riot, I would be pissed off. Because I would be like, you're actually ruining a good thing for everybody. Just because like 38% of you can't handle it. Probably was not like 1%. There were people that were probably having like 25 beers in the stands. I imagine that it was kind of a fucked up environment. But I went to an all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink buffet in Korea, which was... It was sick. I can't deny that. Hey, go. What the fuck, man? But it wasn't $7. I wish it was $7, but it was like... I feel like it was like $20 in 2012. But it was like a good buffet. Now, it was South Korea, so the beer selection was like, do you want... a light lager or a dark lager, but still, in the buffet for dinner. IPA Maxers Rise. Of all the TikToks that semi took off, this one didn't go to a milli, but the one that most surprised me by taking off and getting a little traction was the clip where I said, I'm done apologizing for IPA maxing. I'm like, yeah, I wish they had stouts and porters and more ales in the store. Now, I just got sick of hearing about everybody hates IPAs. Okay, well then fucking it's a great time to be me, because the only thing they got in the stores and the breweries are IPAs. So I'm living in a fucking golden age. I'm not going to apologize anymore because y'all are being rude. I got nothing against a stout and a porter or a sour or a fucking Hefeweizen or whatever, but you know what? You were getting too, they all taste like socks. Oh, they're so gross. Who's buying these? Obviously lots of people, man, because they're stocking the shit out of them. Why are you taking it personally? I'm not taking it personally. I'm winning. How could I take it personally? Hold. I'm winning. Okay, hold. You seem awfully agitated for someone who's winning. That's an ad hominem attack. I'm agitated all the time. You ever hear of Michael Jordan? Greatest of all time. The GOAT of basketball, of being agitated. The GOAT of making up enemies in his head for motivation. We're done with the 90s? Brother, fuck you. We haven't even gone back to the 90s yet. We're still working out the fucking 80s nostalgia. Stranger Things is still on the air. There's a new Ghostbusters in the movie theaters. We haven't gotten to the 90s yet, man. 90s, okay, I'll give you fashion. 90s fashion is popping right now. And Y2K. It's all 2005 now. My ass just waiting for the 2005 revival when everyone's wearing a striped polo shirt on top of a long sleeve Hurley shirt. Oh, man. Whale tails? Gen Z doesn't know about whale tails, man. They don't know. They don't know about whale tails. Because of woke. So true. Puka shell necklaces. Frosted tips. We do? Yeah, you don't know him the way I know him. Okay, we made it to the next step. Don't make a liar out of me. I'm going to get another sparkling water and put this on pause for just a moment. Okay, hold for 1 second. We're back. He's off the zero. Comparison shopped at the grocery store yesterday. Wasn't at Costco. I'm not going to knock Costco. Sparkling water was cheaper than the Coke Zero. I said we're going sparkling this week. Okay, the moguls. Caffeine headache about to pop. You got me confused with you. That's your problem. Also, I know I've said it before, but I stand by it. There is obviously not, from a chemistry standpoint, Coke Zero has caffeine. You can see it on the can. From a drug response standpoint, there is zero caffeine in a Coke Zero. It doesn't elicit a response, at least not a discernible one. Caffeine addiction exists? Yeah, if you drink coffee. You're not getting addicted to caffeine off Coke Zeros. You'd be drinking like 25 Coke Zeros a day, like at the height of your addiction. It doesn't compute, man. You'd be piss maxing. You'd be addicted to pissing. It's literally the same. It's not even close. I don't care what the science says. I'm going off my lived experience. Why do you think they're adding it? I thought it just came naturally in the coca root. I'm not joking. 3 Coke Zeros is 1 cup of coffee? That's what I'm saying. Even if you get addicted to caffeine off Coke Zeros, like you're doing, in my personal, you should move to the harder stuff. You should start drinking cold brew.